Hi and welcome to Talking AppExchange. My name is Andrew Godhelf with the Salesforce AppExchange. And today we are talking about Canon EMEA and its use of Talkdesk. And I'm thrilled to be joined all the way from the Netherlands by Blom. So Joost, thanks so much for joining us on Talking AppExchange. To start, could you just give us a little bit of a background on what Canon EMEA is and what its mission is?
Canon EMEA, of course, is part of the bigger Canon Inc., a global company. To give you some perspective with numbers, in EMEA we do roughly 7 billion euro of business, which is out of the 29 billion that Canon does globally. We have 25,000 employees across EMEA in various offices, and our core business is focused on 5 markets or segments, as you can say. First one, probably the one we're most known from. The consumer printing, the consumer camera business, probably everybody's got a Canon device at home. The second piece is the professional market for film and photography. That is the equipment that, for instance, we're using today to record this video. Our third market and largest market in EMEA is our B2B market. That's the office print market, with all the software solutions and services that come with that. Our fourth market is what we call production print. Those are people that use our equipment to actually make money. And there you talk about people who print books, the graphic arts industry. You can print wallpapers these days on our equipment. And the fifth market is Canon Medical.
So Joost, I know that you work within the IT department of Canon EMEA. Can you tell me a little bit about your main function at the company?
Yeah, so within Canon EMEA IT, digital IT to be specific, I own what we call the sales, marketing, and customer services domain. So in a nutshell, I own our Salesforce implementations and everything that sits in the periphery of that. So we have 2 major Salesforce implementations, one for our B2B segments and another one for our consumer segments. I own both of those, and with my team, we implement and expand Salesforce for our businesses all across EMEA.
We're here today to talk a little bit about your use of Talkdesk. And I understand that Talkdesk entered the picture about 2 years ago. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the challenges that your inside sales department faced that led you to start the conversation with Talkdesk and eventually implement Talkdesk within Canon EMEA?
In 2017, we started to recognize that we needed support, technology support for inside sales as a function. So far, it was handled differently in all our countries, and we decided to build a central technology stack, also because we wanted to centralize the inside sales function in a couple central hubs supporting inside sales. So we decided to run a program that was called Inside Sales Enablers, which first of all talked about the Salesforce Sales Console with the Salesforce Omnichannel, but we also needed a solution for telephony. And if you look at the telephony requirement, for us it's key that we improved our pickup rates, because we had central centers that would call, like from the UK, would call into Germany, and the local number support was quite important. So we run an RFP late in 2017 for the telephony segment, and out in the top came Talkdesk. And then early 2018 we started the implementation of Talkdesk.
And what made Talkdesk the right solution for you to overcome some of those challenges that you were facing?
First of all, we wanted something that integrated well into Salesforce. So that's also why we turned to the AppExchange to look for an AppExchange package that could meet our requirements. There were more than one. Talkdesk came out. First of all, we liked the simplicity of it. It was doing exactly what we wanted it to do and didn't try to do things that Salesforce did already with its core product. Our key requirement of having local phone numbers was met. So we didn't only port our own phone numbers into Talkdesk, we also acquire phone numbers through Talkdesk if we need. If we have a new agent, we acquire a phone number for him. And that was one of the key things that we really liked about Talkdesk. And the other thing, which doesn't happen that often, but both in our IT selection criteria and our business selection criteria, Talkdesk came out in the top.
So it was the clear solution for you. Once you implemented Talkdesk, what were some of the benefits that you started to see and that your inside sales team started to see?
First of all, because we owned the entire infrastructure, we could really see the data about the agent productivity. We could see how much time they spend on the phone, what is the outcome of such a phone call, what are the follow-up actions from such a phone call, how many phone calls does it take to close a deal. We could also see what is the efficiency, for instance, of chat what is it you call the win rate coming from chats, for instance, which in the past we had no idea about. And having that, we can also were able to scale our inside sales organization because we had data to prove, hey, this is how much revenue an agent does, this is how much work they can handle on a day. So to achieve certain revenue targets, what kind of organization did we need to put in place? So that was some of the things we could measure actually with Talkdesk.
And I would imagine just from a high level perspective, having all that data, it allowed you to have insight into your teams, but just it's got to be nice to have access to data that you didn't have before.
Yeah, and one of the things, for instance, was call recording. We normally record calls, depends a little bit per country, it's not allowed everywhere, but in general we do call recording. We get hundreds of hours of call recording, and actually the Talkdesk AI technology analyzes the calls as well and actually points us to which calls should we actually be listening to for training purposes. And even it does that live, so if a call goes bad, Talkdesk shows that a call is not going well based on the tone of voice or the choice of words. So it really helps also our supervisors to monitor our business really close. And that was some of the things that was really a value add of Talkdesk in our environment.
So Joost, we've spent a lot of time speaking about your inside sales team's use of Talkdesk, but I understand that there's a vision and a recent implementation for the customer service department as well. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Between the teams, we already had frequent alignments because they're both call centers. Different purpose. Inside sales is very outbound focused. Support is very inbound focused. So we've run alignment between the teams, but also there Talkdesk came out on top. First of all, the cloud-based nature, the way to handle all our call routing, because we get calls in from all of EMEA into a central hub that's based out of Athens. And also there, of course, longer term, we want to make sure that we start to do more call deflection. So we want to learn more from our calls, build up the knowledge and start converting our customers to online channels. And Talkdesk is ideal in helping us. In customer service, we're also piloting Talkdesk Agent Assist, which is Talkdesk AI engine to actually provide agents with knowledge data, with previous call data, with chat transcripts to just help the customer in a better way. And that's some of the goals that we wanted to achieve from a customer services perspective.
It's really amazing, and I love to see how your use of Talkdesk is expanded beyond the original use case, the first use case, into other departments, and to see how that relationship between the two companies is formed. So speaking of the relationship between Talkdesk and Canon EMEA, can you tell me a little bit about sort of the human relationship behind the technology that has formed over the last couple of years?
Initially, when we looked at Talkdesk, when we found them on the AppExchange, we were a little bit, I wouldn't say worried, but like, hey, they were really positioned themselves as a Silicon Valley American company. Initially, we had a little bit of doubt, like, would that work here in Europe, in a multi-country, multi-language environment? But when we looked further into Talkdesk, actually, we found that actually the large part of their product development actually takes place here in EMEA, actually in Lisbon, Portugal. We did quarterly business reviews with Talkdesk, getting a direct insight in their product roadmap, but also looking through some of the issues or requirements that we found along the way that we would like to see covered by the product. And that relationship was really good. And they helped us through initial startup of our implementation. Of course, telephony in an outsourced call center has a lot of factors that could improve, could affect call quality. And they painstakingly helped us through all those things. And again, if that relationship wouldn't have been successful, we wouldn't have expanded our relationship into service like we've done recently. My core is to actually get value out of a tool real quick. And Talkdesk in combination with Salesforce helped us do that.
Joost, we talk a lot about how different departments, when they purchase technology, can get ROI out of it. Your department, it sounds like at Canon, is no different. Can you tell me a little bit about how the IT department is getting ROI and benefiting from its use of Talkdesk?
If you look at something that we buy that is running from the cloud, that we don't have to spend time on infrastructure, we don't have to spend time on sizing, security. So all these things we could get return and usage in our business, because at the end, IT is not a goal as such. At the end, we need to sell more. And we wanted to convert to that outcome-based very quickly. And I think Talkdesk was one of the tools that allowed us to do that, because we could get it up and running really, really quick and started to see initial results also really, really quick. And I think that is where me and my team want to focus on. It's not a goal to run projects, it's a goal to get business outcome.
Well, it's such an amazing story. It personally makes me very happy to hear about the relationship that's formed between your two companies and how you've expanded your use of Talkdesk. And it sounds like the future of the relationship is really bright and is set to help in a lot of ways. So Joost, thanks so much for coming on today to talk to me and join us on Talking AppExchange.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.